mercy!
Yeah, what's going on, watch fans? Welcome back to the channel, man. Appreciate you guys being here. So I'm in the spot. Just got through eating. Well, actually, I've been finished eating. I did a live on Instagram, the whole nine. If you want to catch that, just follow me on Trap Vision, right? But today, man, I wanted to really talk about this watch that I have here, man. And I was asking questions to people that was going by about watches in general. And this particular watch is one that kind of flies under the radar, even though on the Morgan Stanley report, Swatch Group as a whole killed it for 2023 as far as like being the market share. This watch is a field watch, and it is military based. If you saw the thumbnail, you already know what watch we're talking about. But I want to get into this, but before we do, here's the crazy thing. I know at one point I wasn't able to afford a watch like this, but when I knew about this watch, it was sheesh. It was actually the thumbnail that I showed you. If you don't recognize, yeah, I don't have hair now, but I did then. I am one of the guys that is in the lineup of soldiers, and there was drill sergeants there that had on Hamilton, and I already loved watches. I knew that I love watches anyway, but it's like it's something different when you see it on the man that you hate at the time. Which anybody that has served basic training, you made it through. Your drill sergeant he's the enemy.
All right, tomorrow morning at 06, you who sneezed in my formation, Pratt? Oh, man. Don't worry about it. Half right? Why in the hell do my barracks smell like beat your meat cream, nutsack, taint, and ass gravy, Pratt? You know what? Too easy. I got it. Half right?
He's the enemy, but it's funny that you love him once you graduate. You're in love with your drill sergeant for the most part. Some people even inspired to go on to become drill sergeants or want to be like that hard charging guy, and that's where this watch comes in.
Don't even worry about it, Brad. I got something for you.
He gonna make us push, watch. All because of your dumb ass.
Half right?
Okay, without further ado, let me just tell you the background. So this watch right here, Hamilton, Khaki. This piece right here comes from Trifecta. And once you unearth the box, of course you have all your information is at the bottom of the box, which is pretty neat. User manual and your warranty information in different languages. I think it's cool. But the thing about the watch though, it holds a different value than other pieces that I have, as you can see in the background. But let's jump into this Hamilton. This is a little different than the thumbnail. And there she goes. Once I get it out, ooh, she's in there. So of course it still has the price information on it, or UPC code, which I guess if you scan that you'll see the price. But anyway, so this watch meant more to me than somebody that, that's never served in the military. So I know these watches were issued out, and the only difference between this watch and one that was back from like Vietnam is, this the bracelet, still the same type of vibe going on. And most soldiers didn't have the Khaki King. They actually had just a 38 millimeter Khaki feel. And that, as well as, I don't have it with me now, but soldiers eventually traded this in. Just a little fun fact, some soldiers would go with glycine over the Hamilton. But for the sake of today, we're going to talk about this bad boy. And this is an automatic, right? And normally you will have they did have it on the strap. They had it on the leather strap, or they offered this particular one on the NATO. You could just buy your own. But you see the middle class, and like the specs, honestly, man, let me tell you this. The specs really, which I'll leave the spec sheet down there. You could, if you want to know more about the watch, the spec wise, feel free to go down in the description and, pull that information up, because I got it right there. I actually have a website down there to Trifecta. If you want to do that, reach out to Jake, which I highly recommend, because here's the deal. There's a lot of information online about watches. There's a lot of people that's selling watches, and you don't have a trust level with some of these people because you don't know them, right? And I can tell you that Trifecta is the best place, or one of the best places to go to.
Oh, here's our friend.
What's going on, fellas?
How are you?
How you doing?
Talk to you.
Good, man. Good to see you.
Hey, I was just calling, and they said your Uber broke down, and we've been waiting all day. We need to. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Once you look at the sheet and see what this watch offers, there are tons of watches that are better suited, right? There are micro brands that have better water depth ratios, screw down crowns, because this isn't screw down crown. This is basically a plug and play type. You wind it, pull the crown to the last position, and now you have your function to set your time. You pull it to that second or that first position, and you set the date and the day of the week. It's real simple. So clockwise for date, counterclockwise for day of week. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell with this watch. But for me, the Morgan Stanley report will identify the company that owns this, Hamilton, being in one of the top 50 watches, putting out well over 130,000 watches for 2023. And that's all fine and good. And look, I think that really gauges the company that you go to. Like, at least, if nothing else, it lets you know that it's a trusted source to go to. It's like, okay, so they're selling watches. If you like, I would recommend that you go back for the past 5 years. How is this company doing? If this is something that you want to invest in. However, there are a number of, like Rolex is the number one company, over $10 billion, right? Over $10 billion. Then there's other companies like Vacheron Constantin that just literally became like $1 billion club, right? Or $1 billion company with the watches that they put out. Really don't matter. The thing about it is the value is actually in you before the watch. And I had an opportunity to sit down and talk to a watch collector the other day that has a number of watches, and he used them for tools. He loves the watches, but his story was so interesting. And I was sharing with him my military background, and it was crazy that we literally crossed paths at one point. And this guy's 64 years old. So just imagine, I'm at 46. He's 64. Different. We were raised, well, of course he's older than me, but he's in a different area than me. Different way of life, different walk of life, different backgrounds. But however, our backgrounds actually intersect, military. And it's funny, we're just sitting there talking about watches. I think the most expensive watch I have in my collection is, like, I guess retailed over $1,000, right? There's people that I talk to that have watches that's retailed well over $160,000. Met some of these guys at Moyer Jewelers, man, amazing people, right? And at the end of the day, man, we're just folks, we're just people, and everybody just, you took the path that you took, whatever that is. But all I'm saying is, I'm not telling you to go out and rush and buy this watch. Because honestly, my personal opinion on this watch, I like it for a different reason than some of you guys will like it. This ties me to the military. This ties me to the people that I serve with. This ties me to memories. All of the stuff that I've done, even all the way back to basic training, right? Which was in 1999. So all I'm saying, and I'm leaving you with this, I mean, yeah, you can go over to Trifecta and pick this watch up. You can shop around and find the cheapest price. It's up to you solely, man. Like, this watch right here, I think, is amazing in its own right, but it does fall under the radar in certain cases because of how many options are out there. But then based on this Morgan Stanley report, Hamilton is doing their thing. All right, so I'd like to know, what field watch would you guys recommend? Something that's affordable, or I mean even expensive, because guess what, there's a number of people that watch this channel. So I would like for you to put down in the comment section a suitable field watch for people in whatever price range it is. Just go for it, you know, because everybody, like I said, everybody's different. I just want to know what should we be looking out for. Let's continue jumping down this rabbit hole together as a unit. Fair? All right, cool. All right, family, so I'm out of here, man. I got other watches to review. Next up will be the Seiko Recraft, which I got from another YouTuber, man. Yeah, I enjoy the watches, actually. I had it in the picture. If y'all didn't see it, go back, rewind a little bit. It was in there. So thank you guys for watching, man. I appreciate you so much, man. And until the next lightning strike, y'all be blessed.